That is heavier than I expected it to be.
It's built tough.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Hack Shack. Today we are going to finish the fabrication on the drag and drive trailer. Getting close. I know I didn't video all of this, but just got a few little things to finish up on it. I want to build some little step things here to support the fender and like a back bumper kind of deal. And I want to move these shocks because they're like super hard and they're pushing back on the door because it's kind of flimsy. So I want to try to move those to the back. See if that changes it up. And then I got to come up with some safety chains. And I want to put some, like a plate gusset right here just to add some strength to it. Maybe here and even here. Just a little strength. And then we'll be ready to get it blasted and try to get it to match the Diamond T. First, I gotta move these out so I'm not blowing stuff all over them. And I'm also gonna swap the lifts, swap the positions at the end of the day when I bring them back in. I need that over there because I'm gonna need this lift soon for the green cab that's going on that frame in there. Anyhow, let me get these things moved and get to work. All right, here's what I came up with on the fenders. Well, got crap all over them from grinding, but just added this little step thing. Hold my big butt, so that's back bumper's done. I say bumper, it's just a little support made out of that same angle iron. And then all the little fender supports or fender steps or whatever. Now I think I'm gonna cut a gusset to go from here to there. It'll also be a little deal to tie the fuel tanks to, but just add a little strength there. And then I gotta do those plates there. So, I still gotta move those two. It's after lunch, so hopefully I have enough time to get this knocked out today. I really need to finish this thing. We only got a few more weeks until sick week, and I still gotta paint it. Well, that took a little longer than expected, but here we go. So I added these. It's like a little gusset from there to there, but also can tie the fuel tanks with it, fuel cans. And then kind of put this piece here to straighten that out, just to give some reinforcement to this right here where the tongue attaches. Then another one here just for extra support and a tie down. And then I moved the shocks, which, okay, so they were the other way and it was pushing the door that way. And now this way and they're pushing the door this way. This crap is just too thin. What's up, Craig? Where you been? Huh? So the thing's just flimsy is all there is to it. This door is not the best quality. This trailer is not the best quality, but literally this whole thing is built out of somebody else's junk. A friend of mine pretty much said, come get all this junk. I don't want it. And here's your little trailer you can use. So I cut the little trailer up and added to it. He was even going to throw this pack rat in the scrap bin. And I said, no freaking way. That's the coolest thing about it. It does need lubrication, but anyways, shocks are moved. They work so much easier. It's just so much easier to function and everything. So really happy with that. Now I got to move it over there, pick it up, and weld all the bottom side. And then I'm going to weigh it just because I'm curious what it weighs. So I did weigh the Diamond T, and here's a little clip of that. You can guess what it weighs. Boop. Okay, my buddy Chris let me borrow some scales. I wanted to weigh it after the suspension change and the wheel change. Now these tires are heavier than the other drag radials because these are steel cord and the other ones are nylon, I believe. But there is, since the last time I weighed it, there is a bigger air tank, the horns. What else? There's probably a lot more fuel in it because it's pretty full. But changed the whole front suspension, took out the rear springs, added coilovers. I really thought that when I weighted it in us, it was like $39.50 without me in it. I believe it might have been $39.75. I can't remember, but it was under 4,000, just under 4,000. I don't know what I did wrong, but I thought I had taken a bunch of weight off of it. I didn't do anything wrong. I moved weight around, I guess, a little bit, but if it lost any, it didn't lose much. 39.49, and I'm like 270, so it's 42.20 with me in it right now. So she's heavy. Everybody thinks it's super light, but it is not light. It's all steel, real glass, four-wheel drive, just heavy. So anyways, we'll just make up for that with boost. A little heavier than we thought. After all the suspension work, I thought I was going to lose a few more pounds than that, but oh well. All right, now let me get this thing moved over here. Put it on the lift. That worked out better than I expected it to, just being honest. It's gonna make this way easier to weld. I'm not gonna weld all the way, but I'm gonna stitch this, weld that, weld that, weld that. All the bottom of these main supports, weld all of that. And then the welding is done, I think, I hope, maybe. All right, let me quit rambling and go to work. Well, the truck's heavy and the trailer's heavy. 1,532 pounds. No tools, no fuel, no jack. That is heavier than I expected it to be. That's what I said on the truck too. But
It's built tough.
see, this is why y'all need to tell her she needs to be in the videos. She makes them better than I do. And she don't want to be in the videos. But anyways, the welding is about done. So now I think I can strip it down and get it blasted, and I'm gonna get them to blast it and red primer it. And then do the patina to match. Did you see my shocks? I moved them.
I watched you on the cameras.
I had to move that one. I put them in the same place, and apparently they weren't in the same place down here. So then I had to move this one to make it even because it was picking up like that. But the lid is so flimsy. but it works good. It's not hard to pull down. But look, remember how it's pushed that way before? Now look, it's pushed this way. It's just flimsy. This box is not great, but it is what it is. So I guess we're gonna clean up my mess, mostly me. And then once I get everything cleaned up, I'll come back and do a weekly update. All right, pretty well cleaned up for the night. Now I gotta put this video together and edit it. Hopefully it's worth watching. I remembered as I was cleaning up that I wanted to add this little jack. This is the original jack that was on the front of this trailer when I got it, to the back of the door. That way, when you pull the door, we're gonna take it off when we haul it, obviously, but pull the door all the way out, this thing's gonna try to flip over if the truck's not hooked up to it. So put that little, just a little stabilizer jack, and that's I think it's done. I hope with the welding. Now we gotta do everything else, but we'll move on to a weekly update. This truck is getting very close. We're waiting on a toolbox to put in the bed to put the nitrous bottle in, and then the nitrous. Man, there it is. I got to get nitrous lines when we get a bottle in, and then I need to wire the solenoids. I have the relay mounted down low, and I just need to put the wire the solenoids. The Holley terminator is going to control the nitrous, but see, Juanita made these to go on the valve covers because it's an LSX 454, and it's not a Chevrolet. I never really thought about the valve cover saying Chevrolet until this week, but it runs. If y'all have seen the short, you already know, but if you haven't, then you don't. I still need to program the Dakota Digital to work with the Holley, but pretty rowdy. Oh, yep, horn still works. Alright, so we still got to get this thing dyno tuned after we get it all totally finished. This is here now. Brakes are here for it. I just got to get some time to get it tore apart and put 14-inch wheel woods front and rear, and all new hard lines. It's got a leak or something somewhere, and the brakes got mushy. When they weren't mushy, they didn't. We just never were really happy with them, and he said, well, let me try it out, and he didn't like it. So we're just gonna upgrade it with bigger brakes and new stainless brake lines. Just a couple day deal, not a big deal. Car still runs awesome and does all that well, so might as well upgrade the brakes while we're at it. One day. The Art Morrison is ready for the cab. I had to extend the IAC wire, and then I taped these as much as I could without, they looked ugly, but it's really all I did on this thing. Put the Goonie wheels on it, so we're ready for the cab when it gets done at paint. Diamond T, it's just sitting there still after the video a couple weeks ago. I did the lights. I haven't even drove it since I did that, but the old Dodge is coming along. We've got power steering hoses, radiator hoses, air conditioner hoses, heater hoses. I think the only hoses I have left will be for the blower water. I got to mount the pump and then tie everything together. I need to put this inner fender in. I'm going to have to trim it a little bit for the AC hose, but not a big deal. Then I can put all that together, and then we're waiting on a startup tune from the tuner. And then we'll then I'll finalize the dash. It's just in there with 2 screws just because we wanted to see what it looked like, and it looks freaking awesome. I got all the connected this. It's not tied up yet, but I just have it sitting there. The whole dash plugs in with this 12-pin connector. That's for the steering column when we get it in. It goes in after the dash. Anyway, the whole dash plugs in with that connector, and then the connectors to the gauges, and then the 3 connectors. So it's not just that, but there's a bunch of connectors, but it's not hardwired. It's that way you can pull the dash out to get to the computer or any of that if you needed to. This window's in, that window motor is in, and it works. The windows go up and down. I had to order some new felts for what do they call this? The like the belt line or whatever. I call them window felts or wiper felts or whatever. The ones we got from Steel Rubber were rubber, and they hung the window, and it was like they kept wadding up and ripping out. So I ordered some felt ones. They should be here soon. But it's coming along. It's a lot of work, a lot of little stuff, little odd and end stuff is what's going on with this one. I guess that's about it for this week's video. After the last video I posted, I got a little disgusted again. We got like 200 views. I don't know how to get more views. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But if you got an idea of something I can do to grow the channel, I think putting Juanita in more videos is going to help, because people like her more than they like me, probably. I like her more than I like me. Anyway, I'm going to try to get back in the habit of doing once a week videos. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate you being here and watching. And if you're subscribed, I appreciate that. If you're not, go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to make a cool channel, as always. Some of these weeks it's just working on stuff, and it's not that exciting. This is not, I know this is not that exciting, but it's what I'm doing, and on my time. So anyway, thanks y'all. See you next week. Later.